Everybody, this is Mark Perry with the United States, SS United States Conservancy.
Conservancy, yes.
And go ahead and tell us why you're here today, and tell us about the Conservancy.
Well, the Conservancy is the national nonprofit organization that's dedicated to saving and preserving the SS United States, which is the flagship of our country. It has been gutted, its interiors have been sold off, but the ship is still structurally sound. It's afloat in Philadelphia. And the Conservancy, through the generosity of philanthropist Jerry Lenfest, we now own the ship. And we have been partnering with RXR Real Estate Development, who are exploring various scenarios for a future for the ship. And I got involved because I came to an event aboard the Queen Mary that celebrated the 50th anniversary of the maiden voyage of the United States back in 2002. And I heard Susan Gibbs reading from her grandmother's diary about the maiden voyage, and I was so captivated that I decided to throw my hat in and get involved. And we founded the Conservancy 2 years later in 2004, and I've been involved in the effort ever since. And so today, when Mary contacted us and wanted to set up this joint event, I thought it's a good opportunity to be here, to meet other similarly inclined people, fellow travelers, if you will.
Yes.
And, to say, let's all get involved. And we've auctioned off a couple of pieces. And
I wish I had been able to turn the camera around, but yes. Mark Perry brought a United States model that has now been raffled off, correct?
Yes, it has. It's been raffled off.
What did it go for?
It went for $325.
$325.
And all of that is going to the Conservancy. And I had a Mercator models of the Queen Mary and Queen Elizabeth mounted on a board, and they went for $125.
Wonderful.
So we've done well with that. Every dollar helps to keep the ship afloat,
yes.
Which is our mission. And that's what we're doing here.
So there's, public information that's been out about the current situation with the dock, yeah. And possible eviction with the ship.
Mm-hmm.
What I know that you can't go into great detail, but can you give us a little bit of the situation with the ship right now?
I can't comment on ongoing legislation,
right?
I can't, or litigation,
right?
But I can say that there is a settlement conference coming up in August. I remain cautiously optimistic that some sort of deal will be worked out.
And for those and we want to give the information about reaching out to the SS United States Conservancy for anybody who would be interested in contributing to help preserve and protect the SS United States. But for those that are cautious, what would you say right now?
Well, I'm cautious. And
yeah.
I have not thrown in the towel, and I don't plan to. Neither does anyone involved with the Conservancy. We're in this for the long haul.
Right.
And I remain optimistic.
Okay. That sounds great.
And if you want to get involved, our website is SSUSC.org. You can join, make a donation. We also have a Facebook presence. We're on Instagram. I'm co-chair, along with David Perry, no relation, of the West Coast chapter of the Conservancy, and we have a pretty active Facebook presence. But you can join the Conservancy's Facebook group. You can join the West Coast. There's also chapters all over the country if you want to get involved locally. It's a good group of people, and it's a good cause. So come aboard.
That's wonderful.
Now, Mary wanted us to ask you about the Ghost Whisperer. Is that correct?
The Ghost Whisperer.
Yes. I'm a television writer by profession, and back in 2010 or something around in there, we filmed Ghost Whisperer on the Universal Studios lot, and it was a big fire, and we lost our outdoor set. It burned, and we had to go into production, so there was insurance money to pay, and we were looking to shoot places, we were looking to find locations where we could film. And being a ship geek and a huge fan of the Queen Mary, I pitched an idea for an episode about an old cruise ship on its last voyage, and all of the ghosts who were on the ship from all the deaths over the years. And Jennifer Love Hewitt's character would help shepherd them, resolve their earthbound issues, and shepherd them into the light. And I had a ball writing it. We filmed 7 days aboard the Queen Mary. It looks beautiful. Our DP, Crescenzo Notarale, he did a great job with it. And we put the ship back to sea by CGI.
Wow.
And I named it the Clarendon after the ship in the last voyage. And every guest character is named after a character from a ship movie.
Okay.
Like there's a young couple who come aboard and their names are Richard and Julia, who were the Sturgises from 1953 Titanic.
Oh, right. That's right.
The ghost's name was Lorelei, which is Marilyn Monroe's character in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes.
Right.
And the Clarendon, of course, was the name of what they named the Ile de France
Yes.
for the last voyage
Right.
before they desecrated that poor ship. But it was so much fun, and it was filmed aboard the ship. And for a while, they were actually screening the episode in the lobby of the hotel when people checked in. So it was fun.
And we can still see it, right?
It should be streaming somewhere. Yeah. I mean, everything seems
So
to be available.
I've watched episodes of Ghost Whisperer before. I know Jennifer loved you.
Yes.
I have never seen this episode, so I'm going to have to.
Yeah, we got it.
When I get home.
I think it's season 4, and I think I want to say it's season 4, episode 4. It's called Save Our Souls.
Save Our Souls.
Oh, and there's also a character named Bill, who is a maritime historian who's signing books aboard the ship.
Now, did you get an extra role in there at all?
No, I
Throw
did
yourself
not.
in there.
No,
Were you on set on location?
Yes, I was
Okay.
on set for most of the shoot. I was not on set for all of the shoot. In fact, I missed. There was apparently an earthquake, a small earthquake that made the Queen Mary. And the crew who was aboard said it was really eerie when suddenly the ship started to.
I have actually been on board. I was on board for the Northridge earthquake.
Oh.
I was staying on board in the hotel, and I happened to wake up like about 15 seconds before it hit. I have no idea why, but we were on a port side cabin.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden there was a vibration, and you could feel the ship rocking. But what made you know that it was an earthquake was all the car alarms in the parking lot going on. Yeah.
So yes, I was.
Well, hello
aboard
to
for the
Susan
shoot.
Gibbs.
Hello, Susan.
Susan, how's Susan? How's she doing with everything that's going on? How's she doing?
She is continuing to lead us with.
Every time I see an interview, the news, she's like, "Yeah, we're going."
She's a force of nature. So
Wow.
we're lucky to have
I think you need that for
Yes.
for the
And she,
ship.
of course, has that amazing personal connection.
Yes.
It's part of her family life.
Right, exactly, absolutely.
So the next 2 years, it's crucial. The next year or two,
I would say
you
so, yes. I'd say, yeah.
Actually, for those who don't know who Susan Gibbs is, go ahead and explain the little family background with her.
Susan Gibbs is the granddaughter of William Francis Gibbs, who famously designed most of the American military ships during World War II. And he also designed the SS United States to be the perfect ship, the unsinkable, unburnable,
He was on the cover of Time magazine.
Yes. He was quite celebrated in his day.
Yes, he was.
And from all the stories, he was a glorious curmudgeon
I would
to
agree.
be around.
Yeah.
So I would have loved to have known him, although I doubt he would have given me a whole lot of time.
Does she have memories of him at all?
You would have to ask her.
Okay, yeah, I've never had the opportunity, but I hope someday I will.
Okay, good.
All right. So, any projects you're working on? Are you still producing?
I am currently. The Writers Guild is on strike,
Right, okay.
so I am on strike. And
You're on strike right now.
I'm on strike
Okay,
right now,
all right.
but the project I'm working on now is I am trying to do a new contemporary version of the TV show Dark Shadows, the supernatural
Yeah, okay,
gothic
yes.
horror. So
Yes.
I've acquired the rights with the estate. Yes,
Back in the day.
I was a fan as a child. It's
Yeah.
been like ships. It's another lifelong obsession, and so I'm determined. I've got amazing partners with Amasia Entertainment, and fingers crossed when the strike is
To bring
resolved,
it back.
to bring it back a new version set present day, the legacy of those characters.
I take it Johnny Depp will not have to be involved.
Johnny Depp will have absolutely nothing to do with it.
Did you see the movie? of Dark Shadows that was on the concept of
The movie in my universe does not exist.
doesn't exist. I understand. I know exactly how that works.
It completely everything about it was wrong.
I think Dark Shadows is in everybody's home. I know my mother would have it in the background, or we'd watch it as kids growing up.
It
Black and white
attracted,
version,
in its heyday, it was a soap opera on
Right.
in the afternoon.
Yes.
And in its heyday, it attracted 20 million viewers daily.
Really?
People would kill for those ratings.
I had no idea that it had that kind of rating. I mean,
Oh,
I knew
it was big.
I knew it was a fairly popular show.
It was a pop culture phenomenon, and it was so popular it burned out after 5 years.
Yeah.
And was canceled. It came out the same year as Star Trek. Star Trek has been rebooted a million times. There's a franchise, there's movies, and I've never understood why Dark Shadows has not
Can you
received
imagine
that
if you
same
shot that in black and white? What would happen if you shot that? Would people accept that today? Or,
I don't know. That's a good question.
It was so classic and vintage. I still see my mom on the ironing board. She had it going on. It was black and white. We knew something was going on there. It was different, and the acting was incredible.
It was. But we are here to discuss the SS United States.
Yes,
that is true. That is
I just
true.
wanted to ask you how you were doing, with everything.
Yes, I appreciate that.
All right,
But
so
yes,
the
that's what
SS
I'm working on.
all right.
But the SS United States.
Do you have is there a lot of people nationwide interested in seeing it restored? You get a lot of feedback.
Yes, there's a lot of. We have an active membership of donators.
Take care. We'll see you later.
Thank you. See you. Yes, but the more the merrier. So, as I said, come aboard.
Well, Mark, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. This has been
Nice
great fun.
meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you.
Congrats on your project.
Thank you very
much. United States.